soup because it's so delicious.
My favorite soup is the chili.
My favorite soup is...
I want to tell them that I am thankful for having soup programs.
We do have a number of students that do come to school hungry.
It's everywhere. It's not just Chilliwack. It's province-wide. It's countrywide. There's kids going to school without food.
It's not just enough to lock people up and look at them with judgmental eyes and say, I would never do that. Because, you know, everybody comes from different backgrounds and sometimes people make bad choices in life. Community corrections have moved into the city of Chilliwack, and there were all kinds of people who were not very impressed by that. They really thought that this could be dangerous for people, and they didn't know what place the people who were in the correction center would play in our community. I think they really just wanted them locked up and put away.
One of my focuses and goals was to see how the center could contribute back to the city of Chilliwack.
A person from the school board came and wanted to talk to us about children in schools in Chilliwack who would come to school without breakfast or lunch. They were hungry children and wanted to know if there was any kind of partnership that we could talk about, knowing at the time that Corrections Canada had a program to teach the guys how to be cooks.
Found that we could actually run a cooking program within the center that was going to give offenders employable skills. Working with Taryn Dixon, who was the principal at the time. Program began humbly, 17 children, and they started cooking the food for the kids on a regular daily basis. Harry Merton was kind enough to donate a van, which gave us the ability then to have an army of volunteers start delivering the soup, and we were able to start taking on more schools.
And these are children who still are poor, who still don't come to school without breakfast or lunch. And we worked out a system that is so workable. And the offenders, they can contribute and give something back, which was the original idea. And one of them told me one day, Donna, if this program was going when I was in school, I probably wouldn't be here. So I thought that was absolutely wonderful.
The story continues today where we're meeting the needs of hundreds of kids. And kids can't learn unless they're fed healthy food. And I had the opportunity of meeting some of the offenders and seeing the organic gardens, seeing them stir that big bowl of soup.
Nothing goes to waste.
And realizing this is a great thing for kids. This is a great thing for the offenders. This is a win-win for everybody.
Some people end up in prison and they now have an opportunity to pay it back to our community and do restitution. I'm really happy for that.
And when you go to these schools and you talk to the children, I remember one very specifically. It just tugged at my heart. And that was a young boy who was about 8 years old. He was blonde and very, very, very skinny. He said, could I have another bowl? Because I am still very hungry. And we told him he could have 2 bowls or 3 bowls or whatever he wanted, as long as he was no longer hungry. And I thought to myself, this is what we should be doing, because from my own experience, when I was a child, I was very often hungry. We went through the war, and I know exactly what hunger was like. And I cannot pass a child who is hungry and not feed him. So there are a lot of people here that feel the same way, and that's my story.